This academic literacy video deals with paragraph construction. So what exactly is a paragraph? A paragraph is a unit of thought. It should deal with one main idea. And this is often a problem with student writing, that paragraphs contain more than one idea. So go back and look at your writing and check that each paragraph has one central or main idea that it deals with. Paragraphs group ideas together, so they should follow in a logical sequence. If you've got certain paragraphs that deal with the positives of being a reader, those should be together, and the negatives should appear together as well, if that's what you're discussing in your essay. It shouldn't be positive, negative, because that would confuse the reader. So think about the way you group your paragraphs together to make the most logical sense for the reader. The reader should be led through a well-organized and logical sequence of thoughts and ideas. Paragraphs have three sections or components. The first thing is the topic sentence. This is normally the first sentence of the paragraph, and it tells the reader exactly what this paragraph is going to be about. This is followed by supporting details, which explain the topic sentence in greater detail, and a concluding or transitional sentence finishes off the paragraph. We can think about a paragraph being a little bit like a hamburger. The top bun is the topic sentence, our patty, lettuce, onions, tomatoes, cheese, and so on, all the supporting details, all the bits in the middle. And holding everything together at the bottom of the bun is our transitional or concluding sentence. So to talk a little bit more about the topic sentence is usually the first sentence of the paragraph, not always, but usually. It is the most general sentence of the paragraph, so it often doesn't go into very detailed specifics, but rather gives us the overall idea that this paragraph is going to discuss or deal with. Think of it as a signpost for the reader. It sort of tells the reader what this paragraph is going to be about. And it's very confusing for the reader if the topic sentence says the paragraph is going to be about one thing, and then when you read the paragraph, it's about something else. This topic sentence comes directly out of your mind map and planning. We're going to look at the example essay that's up on ECI in order to see how this is done. So if we look again at our mind map for the example student essay, we can see here that paragraph 1 is going to be dealing with the necessity of education. If you look at the first paragraph of the assignment, the example assignment that's up on ECI, this is what it looks like. Let's take this paragraph apart and look at it bit by bit. We remember that the whole topic of this paragraph is the necessity of education, the importance of education. Here at the top, we can see our topic sentence in blue. Education is a necessity as it equips the youth, who are the country's future, with suitable skills to combat poverty. That comes directly out of our mind map, which said this paragraph is going to be about the necessity of education. What follows the topic sentence is highlighted in green, and these are our supporting details. They tell us more about the topic sentence. So the topic sentence, education, says education is a necessity. This is going to tell us a bit about why education is a necessity. And it says the educated and employed increase the number of middle-class citizens and contribute to the country's economic growth. So it gives us a reason as to why education is a necessity. The second part of the supporting detail 1 kind of backs up or substantiates the supporting detail. And this writer has done this by paraphrasing the words of Mutala and referencing Mutala to prove that this position or this statement is correct. What follows is our supporting detail number 2. So again, what is our topic sentence? That education is a necessity. Why else? What else makes it a necessity? And the writer says, in addition, so in addition meaning another reason, educated people can compete for highly paid jobs, thus improving their quality of life. So this is another reason why education is a necessity. Again, the writer substantiates the supporting detail with a quote here, and she says education goes beyond school as it improves the quality of life of both individuals and societies. And she references this quote with an in-text reference. She has read Hoppers, and Hoppers cited Power in their article. Here we have our third supporting detail. Gives us another reason why education is a necessity. And here the writer says educated people are usually resourceful, more likely to take on challenges. Education provides them with opportunities to work with different people through whom they are enriched. So there are three more supporting details about why education is a necessity. This time, though, she doesn't substantiate with a quote or with a paraphrase, but rather offers an alternative. And we can see this as an alternative with the choice of words in contrast. So in contrast, something different, something that opposes what I've just said. Those without education are often the first to be retrenched in times of economic recession, which increases the unemployment rate, which is one of the main causes of poverty in South Africa. So again, she's telling us more about why education is a necessity. Here at the end of the paragraph, we have our concluding sentence. Thus meaning because of everything I've discussed, the importance of education cannot be emphasized enough. So here we have a well-structured paragraph. It's got a topic sentence, it's got a concluding sentence, our two hamburger buns on either side, and in between it's got three main supporting details, as well as an alternative, which perhaps could be thought of as a fourth supporting detail, all documenting why education is a necessity. If in this paragraph you saw something different, maybe we started to talk about the NSFAS in this paragraph, or we started to talk about the impact of student-teacher ratio, then we know that you have moved off the main point of this paragraph, and that's not suitable. So you want to keep your paragraphs tight, and you want to keep them dealing with one main idea, which in this case is education is a necessity. In order for a paragraph to flow properly and to help the reader, you need to connect the ideas you use with transitional expressions. Transitions are going to help the reader to follow the author's line of thought as he or she moves from one idea to the next. Let's have a look at this paragraph and see if we can pick out some of the transitional expressions. I've highlighted them in green and underlined them. The first one, in addition. In addition tells us we're going to be giving more information now, so we can expect to have another reason why education is a necessity. The second one, furthermore. Furthermore means we're going to give more information, or another reason why education is a necessity. The words in contrast tell us that we're going to be dealing with something new and different, opposing what we've just said. The word thus indicates that after a discussion of things, we have come to some kind of a conclusion. So these transitional phrases or expressions are very important to your writing. And I have put up a URL that will take you to a list of transitional expressions that you might want to use in your academic essay. You'll find that link on your ECI page. So if we go back to our plan, we can see that our first paragraph dealt with the necessity of education. Our topic sentence was about the necessity of education. Our second paragraph is going to talk about current support of disadvantaged students, for example, the NSFAS. So we can expect that our topic sentence is going to explain or have that in detail. The paragraph will then have supporting details outlining more information about how or why current students are supported through NSFAS. Our third paragraph is going to have a topic sentence about the effects of free education on poor and rich citizens. And our fourth paragraph is going to have a topic sentence about the impact of free education on student-teacher ratio and quality. I urge you now to have a look at the student example essay and check how the student has created topic sentences to go with each of these paragraphs. Have a look at the way she structured the paragraphs. Can you find the topic sentences? And can you find the supporting details? Can you find the substantiation that she has provided for each of her details? Now, this is the kind of writing you are now going to have to create in your essay. So once you have your mind map, you can start to create your paragraphs. And out of your mind map, you're going to create your topic sentences. When you go through your paragraphs, make sure that every point in your paragraph speaks back to your topic sentence. And make sure that each point has got substantiating details. Use quotes, use paraphrases where you can, because these prove to the reader that you've read widely in your field and that you can back up what you are saying.